to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item number 2, approve the minutes of the August 23rd corrected minutes and September 13th corrected meeting. You guys had time to look these over.
I make a motion to approve.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Item number 3 is award bid on Fire Station 3 additions table from last meeting. You gentlemen had a meeting on that the other day, and come to conclude, you think that's too much money, you want to reject the bids and rebid it?
I feel like we need to, with the prices that came in, I mean, in my opinion, it's too much money that we can afford right now. That's my opinion. So it'd be up to either one of you to, I guess, first agree if it's too much money or not, and start over and get a set of plans and specs that we can all agree on that can come in at a certain price range. I mean, I feel like if we could keep it at least around $100,000 would be the amount. $100,000 to $120,000 would be top dollar for it, I would think. I just don't foresee being able to spend $160. What say you?
I talked with Robert and Larry back there also last week on it, and their conclusion was it's a little much too. And the pads and the walls, if I understand, was what, 19,000? Is that right?
We got an unofficial quote on that.
Unofficial quote on that, what we had on paper right here. So all that's left, as we talked about earlier today, Larry and I did, was remove the ceiling and so on, with architecture and other stuff that was included in that. But I don't see why 120,000 can't talk about at least. So yeah, I'll go along with another set of plans on this thing.
Okay.
A little bit
Make a
too
motion
much.
to reject the bids and rebid it.
We're good, yes.
I make a motion.
Have a motion, do I hear a second?
I make the motion.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. We do need to get a set of, if they'll draw a set of specs, just so everybody, when they're pricing, can price the same items. We'll be good. I think they're doing that anyway, right?
Okay, item number 4, various requests from Louis J. and Catherine Trumpeter, or whatever, anyway. It's Trumpeter, Trumpeter. I don't see nothing wrong with this variance myself. Looked at it. I'll make a motion we approve this variance. I hear a second.
Second. I'll second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 5, variance request from Pamela Lane Panning. And that is on Greenhouse at Marble City Road corner.
No one is complaining about that, is there?
I hadn't heard the word.
A little bit closer, or we've done closer one than that. So I ain't got a problem with that, and I'm gonna vote for it.
You're a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 6, various request from Brandon Holloway. He wants to build 2 foot of the property line of the railroad. And down where that's at, I don't see no problem with that either. Just make sure you don't get no closer than 2 foot, because I see the train wreckage in garage. So I'll make a motion we approve this variance.
I looked at that too, I'll second that motion.
I hear a motion in a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, item number 7 is, this is a 10-year comprehensive plan for the county, and we appoint 5 to 7 members to a stakeholder steering committee for the development of this plan. I think we need to have that in. I believe that she wants it for the 14th of October, but that's pretty close. So I think we'll go for the 29th of October, something like that. You guys got any discussion on this, or anybody you wanna?
We gonna plan on finding 5 sub-members, it's hard to find one.
That's true.
What's gonna be their, what's gonna be their, task?
Come up with what's gonna happen in comprehensive plan for the county
Right.
for the next 10 years. And that's,
It'll be a joint meeting with the city.
The cities.
Occasionally the city of Blue Ridge, and they'll have some representatives as well.
We need at least 5, right?
Yeah, 5 to 7 is.
Can they be on other boards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People from other boards can come.
so,
And there's actually a packet of stuff I can get for you guys if you'd like to see a whole packet of information on the whole thing.
Are we gonna appoint 5 or 7?
Whatever you get to first, if you can get to 7 by the time.
You agree with 7?
So fine, we can come up with it.
okay. We'll make a motion in to appoint 7 members. We'll try to have them by the next meeting.
You making a motion?
I'm making a motion that we appoint 7 members, try to have it by the next meeting. Maybe we'll hear a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Item number 8. Department head update. Who wants to start?
Woody, Fannin County Land Development, report on building permits, we've had 24 this month, 195 for the year. It looks like we're going to exceed last year's total of 207. There's a copy for y'all. And some more paperwork for y'all to review. Any questions?
So we got 3 months to go, and we got 207 last year, we got 195 now, so we got 3 months. That's probably doable. Good news. People still coming.
How many areas, do we have any new developments in the process? Is that picking up any?
People are starting to talk about it again.
Really?
I've had 2 or 3 lately that call.
Really? Good, good to hear.
Mr. Graham?
Maybe like that first one, maybe. Sorry, probably.
Robert Graham, Fannin County EMA EMS Director. Our call volume for EMS for August 2016, the 911 center answered a total of 7,161 calls to the center. Those are both a combination of emergency and non-emergency calls. The 911 calls that were answered were 1,909. Out of that, EMS calls were 418 and 36 out-of-town transfers during the month of August. Last week, we ran 115 calls on EMS just for 1 week. And we ran 23 out-of-town trips. 8 of them were on Friday night, when we were also trying to cover the high school football game and respond to local emergency 911 calls. And I'd just like to commend our staff for the hard work they did that day. Each truck had to take 2 trips out of town that day, which amounts to about 4 hours per trip, in addition to running their emergency calls and covering the football game and everything. They worked really hard today. I'd like to thank them for that. We had about 550 hours of personnel training for fire and CERT team and EMS during the month of August. And Fannin County, along with other county EMAs, participated in a tabletop exercise for response to infectious diseases in conjunction with the North Georgia Health District in Dalton on August 22nd. Fannin County CERT team just finished up another class and has several new members that they're adding to the roster. We're preparing to assist Fannin County Health Department with their annual flu drive-by shot on Thursday at the farmers market, this coming Thursday. And we've deployed the new sign that the health department got through a grant for us. It's down here by Bill Hope Chevrolet. If you get a chance to run through that way, it's flashing the message for the health department about the shots and stuff, and we'll be there until Thursday evening. Last week, I already covered that, the transfers and stuff, and I guess at that point, do y'all have any questions?
Now, those boys are the best.
We got our
Stack up the drive.
Yes, sir.
How's it working out?
It's doing good. We're not exactly tickled with some of the things that the company did that we may want to look at that next time. Just some, it was a little bit rough. Some of the stuff was rough that they did. We're working on correcting that with them now, but it's other than that, it's a good ambulance, very good ambulance. The chassis doing real well for us, and, much needed.
Well, the next one you're gonna buy, maybe another company will give you a whole new ambulance.
Yeah, I think we're gonna.
So,
Yeah, we'd like to approach when we discuss budget. We'd like to approach maybe the possibility of purchasing new box and all this.
Whatever one we've had has been remounted, a couple of times, three
I
times.
think all of them at least 3 times.
Yeah.
And then remounted, so they're getting pretty old. We need to start at least every once in a while adding a new box into the mix.
We're proud of what y'all do.
Pardon?
So we're proud of what y'all do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, John Scalera, Fannin County Parks and Recreation. Just a quick update on our athletic programs. Our baseball program is in its 2nd week. All the games for our U10 and U12, they're being played in Dawsonville. It's a small league, but it gives it gives the kids an opportunity to play baseball in the fall. Football, we've got roughly about a month left of the regular season. We're hosting 2 more times, one time in the regular season in the first round of the playoffs. Everything is going well with football. With the soccer program, our soccer program also has about 1 month left as far as our rec league goes. Our travel program, they will continue until the first part of December. At our last rec board meeting last week, we got to sit down with the spokesperson from our Fannin County travel team, and we were able to work out a couple issues there, which most were a couple misunderstandings that we were able to work out. What we decided on, we're going to give them a 1 uniform option at $125 to register, and a 2 uniform option at $150 to register. And that's with the the state program, and again, that's a travel soccer. Basketball just started registration the week of Labor Day. Registration will conclude Friday, October 28th. Registration is very similar to all our other programs at $65 to register, which we also offer scholarships for those who can't afford the program or other things going on. Update on parks. Now that the house is vacant in the park, we've been using the basement of the house as our primary storage for lawnmowers, our tractors, and other miscellaneous equipment. With the house being vacant, I know this was brought up at a previous commissioners meeting. Did you guys have a chance to talk, or did you have an opinion on whether we wanted to turn the house into a fest hall in which people could rent out for birthday parties, or was that something we decided on making the offices?
Those offices.
Okay.
What we talked about.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Last week, we had a power surge down in the park that blew a couple of the lights. We were able to fix that for the soccer and the multi-purpose field. Currently, the baseball field is the only side that's being affected, but right now, our baseball teams are getting out there a half hour earlier to get out there and for baseball practice. Musco, who is our lighting provider, they'll be coming out within the coming days to give us a price on what it costs to fix the data connections and get everything back and running. Like I said, the soccer and the multi-purpose field, we can still use the light feed to turn everything on, just can't program it, so there's no problem there. And once we get the quote back from Musco, I'll submit that to everybody and let you look over the quotes. With the restroom down in the park that was hit earlier this year, I was wanting to know, have you heard anything about insurance coming back? Because they have to call the recreation department about it, and or should Ken and I talk? And
We've got it.
They
got it?
They got it, yeah.
awesome. Good deal. And as far as everything else goes, we were able to make a couple new hires with Christy Ware stepping down from the rec department. We hired Miss Maria Bowers, who's really helped us out a lot. She's hit the ground running with everything in there, and she's really become an asset for us as far as our online registration goes, taking phone calls and everything else.
His phone, but he's really playing with his toes.
And down in the park with Bryson Thomas leaving us, we were able to hire Seth McClure. And Seth has really done a great job as far as work ethic and everything else goes. So it's been really nice to have both of those two on board with us.
You got them people out there to keep the field going? Next thing?
As far as maintenance, yes, sir. Currently, we're looking to bring Tim Tao on full-time for 2017, and that's the only change or amendment we're looking to make for the upcoming year.
Any questions, Commissioner?
The storage trailer, are we able to empty that out?
A little bit right now. We're just trying to keep everything clean because I told the guys in the park I don't want to clutter everything up that's down in the basement right now. So they are moving things on a daily basis, trying to organize that and keep it organized while getting everything out of the trailer to get that out of the park.
So, we need to look at getting rid of that thing. Well, I don't know when the rent's due, but we probably need to end it by the next cycle anyway. So if you can find out from Maria when the cycle is over for next month, we need to
You
have
might
it
have to
cleaned.
help me remember.
No problem. No problem.
We need to have it cleaned out, pulled in, so we're not paying that much rent.
I'll make myself a note.
With the size of the basement we have, there shouldn't be any problem storing everything that we have over there in the trailer into the basement for the time being.
And the only other thing I have is when we're having any type of event at the park, we need to make sure that we're scheduling to have some sort of Fannin County employee there for the duration.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's Saturday, because if someone goes looking for someone in the park, then they'll find a county worker.
Yes, sir.
They can be able to handle any problem that could come up, whether it be with officials, with other parents, whatever. We need to make sure we have an official in the park. No matter if it's late in the evening or early in the morning. If we schedule an event, we need to have a county employee there.
Yes, sir.
Would you agree with that?
I agree. I agree.
That's all I have.
We had a little incident, John, about some bleachers going south, coming back. I didn't hear about that. No, you didn't tell me, you didn't tell none of the gentlemen that they were going out of town. You know, that is county property, and that's just something we just don't do. I don't care what it was for. We don't let county property go to Fulton County and come back.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we understand.
Yes, sir. The only reason that was done is, you know, when Commissioner Johnson and yourself visited the park about a month and a half prior, you know, the bleachers had been sitting outside for some time. And I was just told that, you know, if there's a way we can make money, whether it's selling or whatever, that's the only reason why I rented those out.
It was selling, I think, so the deal would be probably meant. Make money on those bleachers to sell them, get rid of them, not to rent them out.
How much do we make rent since you set the fee, and how much did you charge?
$300.
Okay. You know who sets fees in this county? Any idea?
The commissioner.
Exactly. But when those people don't know, it's kinda hard to set a fee. I would rather nothing than Fannin counties go outside the county. If it's a county function, I don't mind them going anywhere in this county, would either of you? If it's a county function. But Fulton County's got plenty of their own money. And they can get their own bleachers as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, John. Mike?
Appreciate you letting me go before Larry. Mike Collis, Fannin County Road Department. Motor graders have been pretty busy this month with getting roughly 18 to 20 roads straight. Roughly 1,850 ton of gravel been applied to various roads after they were scraped and such as that. Part-time trash pickup crew that we've gotten out of, just getting them started back. The crew we originally had kind of got split up there. And, the new crew we've got, they picked up roughly 137 bags on various roads so far. They picked up Cut Cane Road the other day, just to give you an example, and by the time they got to the end of it, it's already about time to pick it up again. So that is a very common problem. We do appreciate y'all hiring the part-time help. That helps keep our county clean and keep the roads looking good, so we do appreciate that. The 2 long arm mowers completed roughly 11 roads or so. That's the 17-foot booms. We've got 3 short arm mowers. That's a shoulder cut and 1 bank cut. That too has been a tremendous help. We got the 2 Kubotas last year, I believe it was, and that has been a tremendous help. They cut roughly 32 roads. They can really scoot around with them, so they're still mowing every day. Every mower we've got is on the road every day. We know we got quite a bit of overhang in that, and we're working on that just as quick as we possibly can. The big mowers are just a lot slower than the other ones. Applied probably 20 or 30 locations of dust control. We try to, throughout the county, put out calcium chloride with a spreader. We don't do it on the whole road. We do it in front of the houses to try to alleviate some of the dust. We've got, like I say, probably 20 or 25 regular locations that we do that. Done some resurfacing on Lake Forest Drive off of 76. Done some patching on Old 76, about 3 different places. We've got another spot or 2 to fix on that, and a little bit of patching on Doublehead. We've same as completed the widening project on Robert Miller. The Water Authority is fixing to put water up through there. It was just a little narrow, barely a 1-lane road, and we have the right of way and everything, so we widened the road out. The paving would be at y'all's discretion whenever. The people, I'm sure, are just proud to get a little better road, so that road is in good shape now, and the water authority will be placing water line here just shortly on that. One other thing to point out, and I'll be done, September the 6th, we had 17 missing signs, the road name signs. Highway 2 in the Hemptown and Old 76 area. September the 7th, we had 14 missing signs in the squirrel hunting area. And then September the 26th, we had 2 missing signs in the Sugar Creek area, and all of these have been replaced. We've got a great crew with our sign shop there. Joe Hughes heads that up, and I'll say this, I give Joe kudos, because he keeps that sign shop going. He's concerned, wants to get the signs put back up as soon as possible. There's very little turnaround time on that, so that's pretty much it.
We lost, what, 60? How many you got?
17, 14, and
Right,
2.
60, wasn't it?
What kind of money you put on those signs, Mike, for signs?
The sign itself, I think the package deal, we figured it like $35.
Sign post,
That's the sign post and the bracket.
not counting labor putting them up.
Yeah, that's not counting the gas to go put them up, and,
That's over the weekend, basically.
yeah, yeah. There was a couple that they actually put up, and they got going again, just within 2 days later, they were going again, so. And it's hard, you know, it's such a widespread thing. I mean, it was squirrel hunting area was the one that's hit the worst. But then you have, they jump over to Highway 2, and then they might be in Sugar Creek. It's just all over, so it's really hard. Placing a trail cam or something would be great, but you never know when they're gonna hit or
Where they're gonna
anything like that.
All right,
Yeah.
question?
Put them up top of the tree.
You're still working on Highway 2 at the Longhorn?
Yeah. Yeah. The short arm has went through and done the shoulder cut and got what they can do, and
Best medicine I've seen done in a while on the mowing is run the motors in front of that Longhorn.
yeah. Yeah, that, we try to, he's getting the shoulder cut and one bank cut, and that speeds the big one up to get the overhang and all that.
Thank you, Mike. Ian Betty?
Kid Petty, and I'm over maintenance. This past month, we tried to catch up on some stuff that we've got behind on, such as got the generator put in, or the transfer switch changed out at Station 13, got it back and up and running. We've been working at the jail quite a bit. Been a lot of odds and ends that have gotten away from us while we was cutting grass. Grass slowed down a little bit. It's a little bit of rain and start back again. The bathroom you was asking about out the park, we have got the price back on what they're going to do. I've been trying to get some estimates from some other people to do it. If we can stay within estimate, we'll let them do it. If not, then we'll end up doing it. The house out there, we've looked at it, and a few things need to be done to it. The main thing, probably most important thing, would be shingles on it. Shingles are old, they're starting to break off when it rains. The wind blows, there are pieces flying off of it out there. You can pull it up, you look at the backside, you'll see pieces.
What about metal? Would it not be cheaper to do the metal?
I've checked with some people on metal, I haven't gotten the prices on it. I have got prices on shingles so far. Also, our jail up there, we've got to have a roof on it. I'd asked to put in the budget last year for jail. And with the old fence goes around on the back side, the roof is rotten and then the fence is starting to fall off. So we've got to put a roof on it. So I've also got a bid on it also. Here's I called 3 different people. Only got one estimate back on it so far. Those are the ones we got on the jail, the other ones on the house. But definitely before winter time, we need to get one on the shelf. It's starting to deteriorate pretty fast. We have no idea how much water's in the top because it's got concrete sealing in it.
So try your hardest to get 2 more. Try your hardest to get 2 more.
Okay,
You, get any bids other than just Lowell Thomas?
okay, I called Steve Stacy last week, and they said they were 2 weeks out, when they could even come look at it. I called A&G or something like that from Cable, and they were 2 weeks out, well, they could come look at it, you can give us a price. We'll come by and give me the price before the meeting, so that's the only price that I ended up with before the meeting. Out at the park also on the dormers, we're gonna have to replace some boards on the dormers, they're starting to rot out, so. So do something besides wood on it when we do it also.
And the porch.
Right, fortunately.
Because we're gonna turn that in an office, that porch needs to, every bit of that porch needs to come off. Really,
On the backside.
anything somebody can walk on. I'd hate for somebody like me to fall through it.
Right. It's a possibility.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those boards are pretty rough. We didn't replace them last time, and it was actually needing it the last time around.
I think it'd be a good idea if either of you agree that he go through that whole house. I mean, if we're looking at turning the office, at least get the outside safe, as far as for anybody getting up on it or you know, for the time being, keep it where no one can get on it. And you can come up with a list of things that need, we know something needs to be done exterior, all around that.
Right, it needs to be painted also.
Paint pretty well does the inside of it. I mean,
Yeah, we painted it all last time on the inside. It cleaned up pretty good. There's some places that's going to need to be repainted. I think they've been painting some of the basement also. Yes, sir. Already, they're painting the basement. We have a water line bust out there the other day and had to go back and replace the water line. But other than that, the house is in pretty good shape from what it was the time before compared to what we moved out this time.
And while that porch is off, we need to get that water running away from the house, because I think that causes trouble in the basement. So once that porch comes off, where the settlement is under, where all the water's going against it, before a new porch goes back on it. we need to
All
get
that water comes
water.
off the hill, comes down there. Those flare beds, the purpose of those was actually to turn the water away, which is the reason the flare beds are there. Even with the porch there, it's still washed in on the house, so.
We
we'll
all
get-
agree with going ahead and blocking that porch, I mean, you
Yeah,
probably need to,
yeah.
so no one can get on it, you know,
Okay.
until you do an evaluation of it anyway.
The,
Which is my suggestion.
Roof, you wanna get metal roof on that? Price for metal roofs on that?
I would.
Okay, what about the hotel? You want to go back shingles on it or metal roof on it?
I just price it both
Wow,
ways.
also.
Okay. Do you have any suggestions of who to call? I'm open for suggestions.
Those two you just named, I mean, usually if you find somebody that can't just jump right on it, there's a reason. They're
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
good for a reason.
that's,
We can get 3 bids, I'm sure.
okay.
That way we can make a good educated choice.
Alrighty.
That's the only, that was the only one I got for, before the meeting.
Yeah, I understand that, I'm just saying.
I tried to get through.
Anything else?
The bathroom,
Okay.
once we find out what we're gonna do with the bathroom, I'll let y'all know on that before we do anything, as far as,
In the park,
right.
are we waiting on the insurance to pay, or?
No, we got,
So
we
we're
just
ready?
need estimates on how much it's actually gonna cost. Is it gonna cost more than what the insurance paid us for it, or is it, and so I think isn't that what we're deciding
Right.
on, is if y'all are gonna do the work
Right.
based on the amount of money.
We'd like to pour the
possible.
walls this time instead of block them, if it's possible. Because 3 times that wall's got knocked down.
Might be nice.
It's not every day a car runs off the hill.
Out there it seems to
Every
be.
time, well, a tree fell last time, anyway.
But if we get it poured, we'd be better off than
Yeah.
doing the block. Probably even cheaper than doing the block, because we're going to tear so much off.
Yeah, I mean, I would venture to say we probably need to level it and just update the whole facility since we're leveling it.
That'd be fine, too. You know,
As long as it doesn't turn into some exorbitant amount, I mean, but it's only a 2-hole bathroom, so.
Well, you know, the last time we had, when we built, before we had all the fixtures, had all the, septic tank to do, all that stuff, so that's where a lot of money is at.
All right, thanks, Ken. Claire, you want to begin?
Good evening, Claire Barton, Fannin County Public Library. We were open 27 days and 214 hours in August. We had 4,346 visits. We issued 59 new library cards. The computers were used 689 times and the Wi-Fi 779 times. And we circulated 5,747 items during August. In August, the Library Book Club read A Bird on Water Street, which is set in Copper Hill, about the copper mine there. And we were actually able to talk with the author who's in Scotland over Skype, which is pretty cool. And then last week, we took a field trip to the Burr Museum, so we really got the full experience of that book. In September, Jack Kyle of Woodstock Bookbindery came and did a bookbinding clinic for us. And we had classes earlier this month on the ebook and digital download service that we offer. And then this week, we'll have classes on basic computer and basic internet use. The book club and the stitching group meets every month, and we'll be restarting the board game club in October. Thank you.
Sound like you're busy.
We are.
Thank you. Mr. Goulder?
John Grolinger, Animal Control. For the last 30-day period from our last meeting, we took in another 41 dogs. Out of those 41, their disposition was 22 went to Tri-State Pet Rescue, 3 were adopted, 7 were reclaimed, 1 to Blue Ridge Humane Society, and we still have 8 in Animal Control. Currently, we're at maximum capacity. At this date last year, we took 229 dogs in, and as of, well, today we got 2 more, so we're up to 262. That's an increase of 33 dogs. We currently have 8 dogs labeled as mean or dangerous that have attacked us or someone unprovoked that we can't really do anything with. Predominantly bulldogs. And we continue to improve the maintenance, and we've had Ken and his crew down there fixed outdoor lighting.
How long we had those rolled up?
The longest one's been over a year.
What do you mean you can't do anything with it?
Well, the rescues don't have an outlet for them. The pit bull breed specific rescues are full. The general public doesn't want them, at least the type of people don't want them for, per se, a pet, because of liability. I mean, they are friendly bulldogs, don't get me wrong. Just happens to be some of the ones that we have on. And it's a dangerous liability every time we go in the cage to clean them. And we got to be on our toes all the time. And because the way the facility's built, the general public walking through there, and they can stick their finger in the cage. There's not per se like an isolation bad dog section.
You don't have that in your facility?
No.
A year, in my opinion, is too long.
Now, we have
That's
spoke,
my opinion, but-
we have spoke before about updating our facility. I know you've been to the Humane Society facility with their guillotine doors, where if the door opens and the dog can go outside and outdoor run, and either have free reign to come and go, or you can shut the guillotine door and then safely go inside the kennel to clean it. Being as the backside of that building has a space, and we have a small patio out there, it wouldn't be, I mean, it's still money. But you could pour another slab, some more fencing, cut the concrete wall, and put some guillotine doors in. And even when we did have vicious or mean dogs, it'd still be a better thing. The dogs have some outside time, more so than they get now, with a smaller runoff. I mean, just to have that on the, the list of things you can think about. Oh, and just as a side note, we did get the 2 dogs that have been running loose at the lake for a while, 2 little Jack Russell mixes. They're very skittish, they're hard to catch, and the female is very pregnant and should deliver any day. So So just another reminder to the public that either get your dogs and cats spayed and neutered, or keep them from indiscriminately breeding. We have more than enough dogs out here without backyard breeders, and people just turn them loose and give them away at Walmart free to whoever wants them. That's just compounding the problem. The Humane Society has monies available. There's many other rescues that have monies and programs. Logan's Run. There's just ways to get your dog spayed or neutered. You just have to go ask somebody.
We got room down there to put the fencing, tear the wall out, and put the fencing in, just like you anticipated there a while ago.
I believe so.
What kind of amount it would be, money wise. Probably be a wise decision to look into that. Very wise.
Do you want the guillotine just for the mean dogs?
Well, ideally, the way it's set up, I know you've been there, we have 14 kennels on the long side and 4 on the short. On the long side has 14. If you go out the back door, we have a small cement patio now that we can exercise dogs and have a little bit of yard time, so to speak, yard time. But where that cement goes around the back of the building, you can continue that all the way down the length of the building. The only obstacle back there is the central heat and air unit, which I don't know if you could relocate that or put up on a roof or just not have a run on those two. You'd have to really come down and take a look to see, you know, exactly what I'm saying. But yeah, but that's our yard back there. We just mow it. It goes up to the wood line, and cement's already poured to a certain part of it. It would just be continuing to cement down and then fencing it in, and whether or not you cover it with a piece of tin or something, you know, metal top.
I make a motion to do this for us round the fence.
Yep, I second the motion.
All in favor, say aye.
What?
Finish that slab on out and fence on out there.
I also thought a year's too long with dogs that mean to, if nobody's gonna adopt that dog, I think there's years way too long to put up that dog.
Can we not just follow the ordinance for these animals that have been there for, if you're saying they're a danger, if you work around them every day, whichever dogs you deem are a danger, I mean, there is some point we're gonna have to follow our ordinance. I mean, that's what I think. A year, I think, is too long for any animal to be in any cage. I think that's it. That's my
I agree
opinion.
with you.
For any animal to be in a cage.
I think part of the problem, I'm sure the people before me, the powers be that came up with the ordinance, there's obviously was some cutting and pasting from different places. And I would think it'd be well-to-do to have the ordinance revisited and rewritten and looked over. So there's fines with no problems, there's problems with no fines. There's gray areas, a chain can be adequate length. What's adequate? You know, you wrote like a chain could be minimum 10 foot. Then I could go out there and say, Larry Joe, your chain's 6 foot, that's not long enough. It says right here. And the speed limit doesn't say drive how fast you think you can go. It tells you what you can do. But there's a lot of vagueness and, you know, I can tighten it up.
I'll make a motion, we revisit that and update that too. We're working on personnel policy, we need to work on that.
Got a motion to hear a second?
Oh, we're working on the animal ordinance.
Yes, revisit it.
I mean, do we have to, or what I'm asking is like, we have an ordinance in place, does it say to keep an animal that's, you're saying vicious for a year?
It is very vague and gray, depends which side of the fence you want to stand on when you read it.
I don't stand on the fence.
Well, as opposed to saying, you know, a dog cannot be here longer than this amount of time. Or a dog that has attacked or attempted attack unprovoked should not be an adoptable dog. Why let that liability out to where it's going to kill someone else's pet or grandchild or jogger, biker, or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm saying, I don't.
We don't have a problem keeping the facility jam-packed full of good adoptable dogs. But we just operate.
The ordinance he was talking about, don't just call, I mean, that, the whole ordinance he was talking about, is like the chain being too short. There's a lot, he's telling you there's a lot of gray areas and stuff in there. We need to visit this thing and redo it.
I'll be happy to write it up and show you some of the gray areas, how we get those.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I like to see, but
Yeah, like I said on paper.
Okay, I'll have it for the next meeting.
Yep.
I'll give it to you ahead of time so you can look it over.
Good deal.
so there's,
Mr.
so there's
Johnson, you
nothing.
making a motion, we follow the ordinance?
I'm making a motion, we follow whatever ordinance we got right now and look at it in the future. I'm looking, making a motion, whatever we have right now, we follow that.
Didn't Larry Joe make a motion, was the second, did Larry
That's
Joe?
different.
I made a motion to revisit, to visit the
If it was not
ordinance we already
seconded,
got.
then Larry Earl's made another motion.
Earl made a motion to go over the ordinance.
I'm making a motion, follow the ordinance in which we have right now. I don't have a problem with looking at it, if he can show me on paper, I'm making a motion to follow the ordinance in which we have right now. I don't know why we're not anyway.
Well, as far as I know, that we are following our ordinance. I don't know where we're not following our ordinance. It said they can be.
Okay, so what are you asking us to do about the dog that's been there for a year then? Why are you asking us then?
I didn't ask you anything, I'm just letting you know that, you asked how long they've been here.
All right, well, you're following the ordinance, so I withdraw my motion. Okay.
So Larry Joe's motion is still on the floor.
That we
Motion to work on it.
work on
Reworking
revision
it.
and stuff, revisit it.
You made the motion, so now we're looking for a second, correct?
Made a motion,
Seems
second.
like it's more fine to me.
Where we stand at here?
It dies for lack of-
Bill can either second your motion, or it can die for the lack of a second.
Right, well, that's,
All right,
Is it?
get it done.
you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Thank you, John.
As long as we're following the ordinance. I'm good.
Keith.
Before I get started on this, last month I reported that things had slowed down. As it turned out, we had a little computer glitch, and the computer wasn't totaling everything up we had done.
So you lied.
Well, I give the information I had. But yeah, things for July were actually a whole lot better. Some cases even, I think last time I reported that we had 5 COs in July, we actually had 15. So that's just the computer glitch we had, but that's all resolved.
Got one now.
You should have talked about one. Like smoking.
Okay, for the month of August, though, we had a total of 64 permits that were issued. 19 of those were new homes. There were 3 mobile homes. No commercial. We had 27 miscellaneous permits. That's barns, sheds, garages, additions. 15 of those permits were for power only. August was an extremely busy month, especially for me. 124 electrical inspections. We made 46 site evaluations. We checked 28 foundations and made 23 framing inspections, and there were 12 COs issued for homes. Those have all been turned over to the tax commissioner, to the tax assessors for proper evaluation. Just to let y'all know one more thing, a couple of months ago, there's a young man that came to us. He was with a company called Southface. They do a lot of work with TVA, Georgia Power, a lot of work for the state in regards to home energy and the energy code. He rode around with me, looked at some of the houses. They actually came up and done some free, what we call blower door test, which they're testing to see how tight a house is. Goes a lot toward your energy savings on your heating and cooling bills. I was at a meeting Wednesday, the North Georgia Building Inspectors Association they had another class there, and he was talking about the things he had found. We were in great shape in compliance with the energy codes. He said there was one place, he said that y'all failed, he said every place in the state failed. And I'll just be honest with you, it's something we don't check. If the problem is, there's a little thing in the energy code that says 50% of the light bulbs in your house have to be energy efficient. I'm not counting light bulbs when I go to inspect. I'm not taking a chance on taking a globe down and breaking a glass globe. It's not worth that. But according to him, every jurisdiction in the state had failed on that account. So we're right there with the rest of the state. Everything is looking good for us.
Questions?
The only thing I've got for him is I've called Keith twice this week. He's never failed to answer, either come back. Will not, he's on his job. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Fire chief?
Sure you wasn't driving that truck you turned over?
No coffee.
Anyway, Larry Thomas, Fannin County Fire Department. Last month, we had a somewhat busy month. We run 104 fire calls and 36 rescue calls. Also, our MPQ1 class, our fire class, is doing really well right now. Actually meeting 2 nights a week and on Saturdays. The fire department has, this past month, assisted all 3 elementary schools in their water days. It's kind of like a kickoff and maybe the last chance this summer that we'll get to do a water day until next year. But anyway, as far as the public education, we're also going to start that next month, and we'll be going out and seeing the kids then. And we plan to see around 2,500 kids this year. That's with all the daycares, the pre-K, the elementary schools, and as high up as we can go, you know, as far as that goes. But we do make it a point to see all the elementary schools. Fire department also assisted this past month in this 5K color run. And then Robert and I traveled to Cartersville this past week to an EMAG meeting, and part of that meeting was seeing what GSP is doing with their helicopters now as far as rescues in the woods. They do long line rescues now with the GSP helicopters. They've got certain helicopters that they use for that. The one that they had was one of the newest that they bought, that they demonstrated that day. And they're picking up firefighters from all counties, Atlanta, Cobb County, as far as the technical crew that they're carrying with them. That's it.
What does EMAG mean?
Well, it's just gonna
Emergency Management Association of Georgia. It's the state association of the major.
Well, you didn't know that.
Well, I do, and I know. That's all the fault.
Thank you for your time, you and Robert's time last Friday, going over everything you wanted, or knew we needed up at the station, so thank both of you for your time. And anytime you need another project done, that's all you gotta do, is give me a buzz.
Do you want them numbers now?
No, sir. No.
No,
Thanks, chief. Who else? I think I've got everybody.
Me.
All right.
mention that I had put, Nicole's with the art department, I put a, brief synopsis of hers. Her child was sick. She sends her apologies, but she sent a, write-up to everybody, from the commissioners. The, financial for this past month, this is through today's date, the general fund is at $4,979,949.83. Our SPOS capital is at $1,272,253.69. SPOS roads is at $2,290,901.81. So far, our general fund budget is at 77.4% spent for 2016. Revenues are on track. Looks like we're doing well and right on track with meeting our needs for our this year's budget. Our lodging tax so far this year is up $78,000 above what it was this time last year. And we are working on our 2017 budget. So right now, numbers are in, putting things together and just kind of hammering it all out. And we will be setting, as soon as the commissioners agree with the dates for our workshop to begin for our budgeting, then we will begin that and get everybody involved. That's not all I've got.
There's one thing. What would you think our SPOS capital would be by December 31st? Any idea? Yeah.
This year,
I mean, what is it drawing in a month?
we're averaging around anywhere from $35,000 to $40,000 a month.
Okay.
And that's at 10%.
What projects we got on the road now going on? What are we paving, what are we doing?
Sorry, what was that?
What are we doing now? We're paving anywhere, researching anywhere. I know you reported with researching a few roads.
We just finished up that one. We've got a little bit of work to do on High Country Crossing, I believe it is. We're gonna do a little patching up there. It's the only major project, what we would call a major project.
Or paving project we're through for the year.
We are discussing Asker Road, doing some milling some of the bad places out, and that'll be a major project. That'll get into some money pretty quick there, so. But that's probably the next major project is Asker Road.
The place down on Medola where we got through paving, they definitely need fixing before bad weather in the curve. It needs, Mr. Johnson's expertise, knows how, I'm sure he knows more than I do, if anything, about fixing the road, but it is a pretty bad bump right there in that curve. That's one thing we need to get before winter sets in.
In that same area, probably need to try and get that guardrail back up, because it saves somebody from going off there.
I think I've got everybody. I'm missing somebody. I don't think so. Okay, next item on the agenda is public commentary. Who wants to be first?
I'm Joe Webb. I'd first like to say thank you for the position you took on fire station number 3. I certainly agree with Commissioner Johnson. We need plans and specs we can all agree on before we build buildings. That said, in the last 2 meetings, I've requested the information on the 3 buildings that are proposed in the splosh. and I have not received an answer. Now, I understand I sent it to all three of you commissioners together, and I understand you can't talk to each other except at this meeting. And somehow, in this meeting, we have yet to describe what the three facilities are that we're getting ready to put in the splosh. And because I've asked all three commissioners, basically I didn't get an answer from the first request, so I basically changed tactics last week and asked the single commissioner, Commissioner Johnson, if he could respond to that request. I have not received a response. Basically, this is an open records request. The law says that the open records requests have to be answered, and I'm specifically asking what those three buildings are in the facilities in the splash categories. Again, last meeting, the lawyer, Ms. Doss, noted that I asked questions. He sent me a whole bunch of information that really is information about the splash. It did not answer the question. So please, we've missed it 3 times, unless Commissioner Johnson, you've answered me and I have not gotten the answer. Because at this point, I do not have an answer. So again, it's a matter of public record. It is an open records request. There is a law. There's a letter by the State Attorney General saying we have to be more specific. Again, please answer the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Anyone else?
Good evening, Marcella Osteen. What?
It's not on.
What?
It's not on.
Not on?
You just had, everyone, anyone to talk to had to talk like this
So
thing.
that's why, okay.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know what to do.
Okay, thank you. Again, can you hear me? Okay. Well, again, I would like to suggest that our county website is not being used as well as it could be, and I would specifically request that the minutes, as soon as they're made, could go on the website. And then if there's any corrections, then they could be updated on the website. A lot of things that the website could be doing for the citizens that it's not doing. Now, the appointment of the members to the Stakeholder Steering Committee for the update of the comprehensive plan, I would like to offer myself for your consideration for one of those slots. I've had some experience in land use and zoning and comprehensive plans in another county, a county about the size of Fannin, but with hugely more population. And I know the importance of a comprehensive plan. The county that I lived in, it was like they had a good comprehensive plan, but it was like the mule had left the barn and the door was closed. You know that old saying, that it was almost too late because it had sprawled out to the rural areas. It was impacting farming and the rural areas to a very negative way. Sprawl is not efficient in any way. It's ugly, and I would so hate to see Fannin, even in 30 years or so, go down that road, because now it seems like there's no problem, but before you know it, there could be a problem. And so comprehensive plans are very, very important. I know we don't have zoning in the county, but that could change in the future. So the comprehensive plan, as I see it, is the skeleton that everything else hangs on. It gives the direction, and everything else should be in concert with and working with the plan, the comp plan. So an update would probably take some time. It would be time intensive, but it's very important. And I would hope that during the update, there would be some public hearings to get legitimate input from the public as to how they see Fannin County in the future. So, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? Public commentary is closed. Item number 10 is Commissioner's commentary, and I don't have anything. You, Mr. Johnson, so.
Nothing tonight.
actually I do. As we said at the last meeting, I've been dealing with the chamber, and I need to, relay to you kind of, you know, we all agreed at one point in time that the percentages with the chamber needed to be split 50-50. Is that how everyone still feels? After talking with Jan Hackett, it seems to me that, I mean, I think, you know, some sort of compromise, that would be taking basically a whole percentage from their lodging tax all in 1 year. And what I'd like to ask the two of you, if either one of you would be in favor, or both of you, take, rather than a whole percent in the 2017 budget of theirs, taking a 0.5% in 2017, and at the end of 2017, look at it and see if it's affected the marketing or the tourism in any way, positively or negatively, and then at that point, either look at taking another 0.5% or leaving it where it's at. Jan Hackett felt like, you know, she felt like they could probably work with that. Of course, she has to run it through her board, and I told her that I would check with the two of you to see how you felt about. And my proposal is that we compromise and do it a 0.5% at a time to see how it affects the lodging tax versus what's coming in.
Okay, we still got a half a year on their contract, right? You know, it'll end at the end of this year for their calendar, I think. And I mean, their state board calendar. So we still got 6 months.
Their 2017 fiscal year's already began. They're
It started in July.
Yeah, they're June 30th. That'll be June 30th of 2017. They'll be going into their 2018 on July 1, 2017.
All right, so for her budget next year, then, okay? Do we understand what I'm saying as far as their next year budget?
next year.
What they're budgeting for right now?
So you're saying take a 0.5% now?
And look at
that
it
works
again
out
in another
okay,
year.
Take another half?
Because I think some of their concerns is how it's gonna impact what it is they do, their market. I think that's her, their board's concern. And as far as the three of us, we need to decide, you know, and if we are going to vote, I think they need to know what we think before they even ask. So that's what I would ask, how the two of you feel. About 0.5% now and 0.5% later, or maybe not 0.5% later if it starts negatively affecting what they invest in. And most of it is marketing. You know, they spend all that money on marketing, and I feel like that we can take some of that money, since the percentages are growing, and put it into something we can all touch and use somewhere or another. But I think if we're gonna do that, we need to outline where we're gonna use that money, in my opinion. If we, you know, I think we need to do that anyway with the money that we're already getting, plus if everyone agrees and this winds up going through, we need to know what we're gonna do with that money. Outline some projects for everyone to know what we're spending that money on, instead of it just going into the general fund. So we can kind of earmark, this is a project paid for with the tourist tax. That's how I would like to keep up with it, but it's up to either one of you how you feel about it. But that's the update I have on the talking with the chamber. So that's my update.
I tell you, I think 50/50 is the way it should be. You got $1,400,000, and I don't know how many times, you know, we have events up here, they close that street, and it's wall-to-wall people all around the city. So people know where Blue Ridge is, and I just think $750,000 is plenty to tourism at this point in time and at this stage of the game. Like I say, there's there for while, we didn't take nothing for 4 years. Everything. A year ago, they got $253,000 is all they got. And now they're getting it half, they can get $750,000. So anyway, let us get some numbers together and just see what 1.5% would do. And then,
Let's revisit this next meeting too, definitely.
yeah, that time we'll have the,
We'll have some more numbers together. I've already received another,
0.5% what we're at right now would be approximately $150,000 a year. Approximately.
and we just, well, like I said, we're $78,000 to the good this year over what we were last year. And I know the chamber's budget's on $900,000 of revenue received from it, and that's been exceeded each year. So we're in really good shape. So that's one good thing about it, is we are increasing, we're not decreasing, but, we should be, by the next meeting, hopefully, we'll have, the September revenue in where we can look and see what that has done to it, and then we can revisit and do some more number crunching and projections based off of that, and see where we're running on that.
run some numbers, see what we got. Talk about it again next week.
So who's gonna deal with the chamber?
You've been dealing with it, go ahead. Pass it to you. That's
I'm
great.
still on the deal, what I'm saying.
Okay.
It was reported that I had been given authority. I've been given no authority, I just don't want to decide to talk to them.
You don't talk to certain people.
So they may not. So,
Okay, we'll get together some
All right.
numbers and next week we'll talk.
So the two of you feel like you still need half all at once?
Let's run these numbers first,
All right.
okay?
Okay, that works.
Let's do that.
That's all I got.
We need executive session.
No.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
No, we don't. So we,
Ready?
huh?
Wasn't ready. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Like what?
You're a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Okay.
I've got to run by my at least y'all miss me.
You're working here.
No, probably.
Well, that's as good as
Probably
you
won't
can
be
do.
what the church deacon is.
Pardon? I'm from the district.
When I went to the,
One of those.
What a damn.
Yeah, he retired like about a while ago.